Okay. Hello. Welcome to our movie club. Today we are going to discuss a movie, A Quiet Place, 2018. Fresh and very scary movie, I would say. I was scared to hell. Usually, how to exaggerate, how to say that I was scared completely.
I was scared to death,
Scared to death.
terrified, petrified.
Okay. So, Voa, what about characters? What about the cast? Who was in the movie?
In the movie was your dad,
Dad. Okay.
Lee, mom,
Evelyn,
Evelyn,
I guess.
oldest son, Marcus, daughter, Dev,
Deaf or deaf? How we say it? Deaf?
Death, like F, yeah.
Do you know what does mean deaf? She cannot listen. Right? She cannot listen.
Can't hear.
She can hear, right?
Kids
Well?
may not listen, but they can hear.
baby Buzz,
Beau, I don't know how to
Beau.
Beau.
French.
Yeah. So actually there is only one family, right? In the movie. There was some episode with another old guy. Do you remember? Old guy and old lady in the forest.
Yes.
But actually the movie is one family. And who else was in the movie? Who was the scary one?
Monsters.
Monsters. Can we call them monsters, or they are aliens, or who?
Aliens.
Aliens? Usually, do you think they are aliens? I don't remember.
Well, this movie didn't explain it, didn't say where they came from. But in the second movie, I think we're going to learn that they're aliens.
Okay. So, like, there was an old movie with Schwarzenegger about aliens. Gerard, do you remember?
Predator?
Predator, yes.
But there was only one, like Hunter.
Hunter. And there are how many aliens was in this movie? Monsters? One or many? Confirm it.
Confirm it. Three.
Three. Yeah. we can see the newspaper, right? In the newspaper it was written confirm it 3 species or something. But then, do you remember on the monitors we learned that there are many, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we know all about the characters. Let's start with the story. Vasanth, could you please start?
Yes, in the beginning, the family with their 3 kids where they were in a shop and taking all the necessary goods like food items and snacks. Especially the mom came for the medicine for her son. Okay. So, and in the meantime, the younger child, the boy, was fond of a robotic toy, with the colorful lights, a rocket toy. So he wanted to have that, but the dad refused to give it to him. So everything happens in silence. They speak in sign language. So the dad conveyed the message that the toy is too loud to use. So, but you are muted, Ivan.
Vasanth, I'm trying to interrupt you, but I was muted. So I was about to clarify. Is it a gesture language, or how we call this? Language for deaf people?
We call it the American Sign Language, ASL.
Okay, American Sign Language. Vasanth, and I have to ask you, have you checked your speakers in the beginning of the movie on your TV?
No, actually, I have already watched the movie, so there was no need for that.
I see. Because Vova made me check my speakers 3 times.
Yeah, because they displayed the subtitles also, so we have to check.
Okay, so that's called hand gestures, American Sign Language. Okay, so can you speak this, Vasanth? Can you say something? I'm hungry, for instance.
No.
Like this.
I think this is "I love you," but he didn't know that. Apparently, he went,
Yes. I love you. I remember this. Gerard, can you speak something on this language?
Yeah, but I think this one is "I love you."
Okay.
Yes.
Pretty understandable, if you ask me.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows that.
"Yeah,
And there's something like this to say sorry. I believe.
Okay.
I'm not sure."
Yeah.
They should
Okay.
use to pull the earlobe. I like that one. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
And another interesting thing is they use like this, to clap. They
Mhm.
cannot do this. Yeah.
Okay. They show you that is clapping.
Do you know? Yeah, the liberals are so worried that one person might have more loud noise than another, which could make someone feel bad. So you just do this so that you can't tell by noise that someone didn't do too well. Oh, what crap,
In Russia, somehow we call this jazz hands. I don't know why, but it's jazz hands when you do this way. Okay, Vasanth, please continue. So they are in the shop, everyone is silent, and boy liked this plane, right? Was it plane?
Yeah, the plain toy. But the dad refused to have it, so he take it away and left it on the table and guided the family towards the home, out of the shop. But the elder daughter was she had a soft corner on the little child, so she gave it to him without the batteries. So she let him have it, but the small child didn't understand the consequences, so he misunderstood that she wanted to have him everything, so he took the batteries as well. When the family was not looking at him, they were all going out of the shop. He was the last one to get out of the shop, so he took the batteries along with him. On the way to their home, he somehow put it in the toy and pushed the play button, I think. So it started to ring, make noise, loud noise from the toy.
Do you remember in the shop they were about to drop something from the shelf, right?
Yeah.
And it was like a jump to take it to prevent the sound. So from the beginning we learned that sound is something wrong. And when we started to watch a movie with Vova, there were Vova's brothers, and they said we would not survive there. My boys never keep silent for 1 second, never. Leila, what do you think? Can children, small children, like be silent for more than 1 minute?
I can't do that either.
So not only children, right?
Not only children.
Yeah, but if you watched the movie, Leila, the father was really terrified of this sound. He was like, it's something something terrible is going to happen. Not I cannot describe it. It was like good acting, right? He was about to die because of
Trying
this.
to understand the film. It is not that easy because people are not talking, as far as I understand.
Yeah.
Just it's a kind of silent speech way. What do you call it? Sign language.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. So the dialogue's pretty pretty concise.
It is the culture, or
We'll find out. we don't know yet, but we're about to find out because the kid made a noise.
Yeah, but we are already worried. I can say this for sure. My little boy at this moment refused to continue. He said, "No, thank you. I don't want to know the continuation of this." Gerard, what was the continuation of this? When they went to this bridge or something?
Yes, the Beau, I think the name of the child, put the batteries inside the shuttle, the toy, and it make a lot of noise. And the father was terrified, an alien creature came very fast and killed him.
Yeah. Well, have we seen this alien at this episode?
Yes.
Yes. Could you describe him? How would you describe this alien?
It was blind,
It was blind.
attack sound,
Attack. Yes. Sound.
and armored.
Armored. But we don't know yet that he was armored, but we learned after, right? It was written somewhere in the newspaper. So it was armored, so almost invisible. How we pronounce this actually? Invisible? It's
Invincible.
Invincible. So you cannot just shoot it or just hit it. So it's very, very hard armored. So did the boy died, George?
Yes, of course, he died. We
Yeah.
didn't see the details, but
Later on, we see this grave. How we call it? Grave sign. How we call this?
yes.
Cross. Okay, you can see. Okay, what happened after?
So that first part of the movie is 89 days from the arriving. We can presume from the arriving of the alien, and the second part is day 4072, and we can see that the mother of the family is pregnant. So we can foresee that will be a problem because a baby is not silent. A small baby is not silent.
Not only small babies, right? To give in a birth is not a silent process, right?
Yeah, but even the mother can can bite something and restrain the pain, but that with a baby you cannot do anything. I don't know why they didn't take measures to avoid the pregnancy, because it can be the death of the whole family.
Well, they did have precautions. Remember, she had a box built to put the baby in, and it was soundproofed. She put a lid on top of it, and inside they had a little oxygen mask so it could breathe inside the box. So she was taking some precautions.
Some precautions, but you don't know when.
Yeah,
a mother is going to have birth. How do you call when
to give birth?
To give birth. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
the problem's the contractions.
So they have a kind of a shelter, right? A house, a mansion. I would say a big one. And it's looked very prepared to autonomous life, right? They had like everything. Have you noticed how many lamps were there?
Yeah.
I was surprised at the beginning. I didn't understand for what they need so many. How we call it? I don't know. Lines of lamps. Actually, how we call this?
Oh, the lights.
Yeah, the whole lines. There are a lot of them, right? Many lamps.
Like in Christmas.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, we'll call them Christmas lights. They had Christmas lights strung all around outside.
And all this, as Teacher Liv wrote in the chat, all these roads, all these paths, they were made by sand, by small like stones or something to
muffle the sound.
To muffle the sound.
Muffle the sound, yeah, to eliminate, right, the sound. So you can, and have you noticed, Vasanth, nobody of them used shoes, right? They were barefoot. Is it barefoot?
Barefoot, right?
Barefoot, yeah.
Barefoot, yeah. It's strange at the beginning, but then you understand that the whole their life is about silence. And but okay, let's go on. So what strikes me out in this shelter that it was very well prepared. So they had like everything. Everything was planned, and I don't know who made this their dad, their father, or someone else, but all the things were soundproofed and some kind of signals everywhere, some lamps and so on. So they had a fishing, I don't know, tools, right? How to call them? How we call this? Trap for fish?
Yeah, fish trap is okay. Yeah.
Fish traps, yeah. So there.
Can I ask you something, Ivan? Only this family?
Actually, Leila, in the movies, there are almost only people we met, so we don't know what happened with other people.
No, we know. Do you remember the fires at the night? The fires must have been other families. At night, they light the fire so the other families can see that they are still
Alive. Okay. So we know that there are like many people, but they live in their own houses. Very
Separate.
silent.
Mhm.
Yeah. Vasanth, please.
But he is sending SOS message from his machine. So I think nobody is around in the vicinity of their family, immediate surrounding.
No.
Please.
Those signals were sent to long distances, because there were a list of, short waves codes from different countries.
Yeah, there was some countries, India or something else. I remember.
Okay, yeah.
So they was about to find other life only in America still, or
Outside
or
America.
everywhere in the world. Okay, let's cover. We should not go step by step, but let's cover a few things, right? Let's remember this fishing process, right? For example, so the moment of son and the father, right? Vasanth, could you describe this?
Yeah, the son is always afraid of the monsters and some kind of phobia he has, and the father took the son out for fishing, and when they reached the river, uh, he said that the father said that the noise is louder, so little noises would not attract the monsters. So he even took him to nearer to the waterfalls that has a much louder noise. So he took him there and he started to shout, like say that, I don't know, enthusiastically or something like that. So the boy was afraid and he was trying to go away, but the father promised him that the noise is too louder, so our sound would not reach the monsters here.
Yeah.
So,
Can we say that river sound, like natural sounds, masked their sound, right? Masked. Yeah. So you can talk a little, not loud, but a little bit, and you haven't be heard, right? And I learned that. Have you noticed, Vasanth, that the boy he's kind of he not used to talk, right? His sound is strange, right? He not trained well, I would say. So it was what I had this impression when he started to talk. It was like strange sounds.
Now, that doesn't make sense because this event had only been going on for a year.
Yeah.
And he must have spoken for a few years before that. So he should have been able to speak normally, but I don't know.
Okay, maybe some how we call it, spasms or something because of fear.
It
Okay.
might have been retarded, autistic or something. Who knows?
Mhm.
To my knowledge, to my remembrance, the only time they actually spoke a word was behind the waterfall.
Yep.
The whole rest of the movie, it was just sign language.
Sometimes they whisper something. I remember they whisper it, or they just how we call it lip language. They just show something that I'm speaking.
I think I read a review that in the second movie they whisper more, so they can talk instead of this quiet the whole movie.
Okay, Vasanth, please.
yeah, in my opinion, the girl child was not as afraid as the boy,
Mhm.
because I think the father preferred the boy to go outside every time when he go for fishing, and so he took him outside, and the boy is always exposed to the uh, monsters, but
Mhm.
the girl child is always in the safer place. She stays with her mother, so that's why she had no that much fear, like the boy. The boy always feels like uh, anything happens to me at any time, something like that.
Yeah.
There
But I
was
don't. Mhm. Please.
there was an incident where the dad had to go do something. I forgot what it was now. And he wanted to take the boy with him. And the boy was scared to death and didn't want to go.
Mhm.
So Regan, the girl, not being as afraid, said, I want to go. I want to go. No, no, no. It was kind of like, you're a girl. You stay here. I'll take the boy. This is a man's job. I'm not sure, but that's how the girl took it. She was hurt that she wanted to go and Dad wouldn't let her go, but Dad would let the smaller boy go who was more afraid. So that hurt. So Regan and the dad had kind of a conflict there.
Yeah, yeah. And she was upset. I remember this. Gerard, do you remember?
Because the girl thought that her father was blaming her for the death of Beau.
Ah, okay.
But also, the girl was deaf, so that was a big disadvantage because she doesn't know whether he makes noise or not. So going outdoors is more dangerous for the girl than for the boy.
Yeah, I understand what you're talking about. So probably it was not about gender, right? It was about many things. At something. Do you remember this dialogue when boy asked the dad, "Do you still love her?" He means the sister, and he refers to this accident with smaller boy, right? So it was kind of tense moment or something.
Yeah, but the boy asked the dad outright, "Do you blame Regan for the death of Beau?" And he said, "No, no, 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 no.
Yep.
No, I don't think he did."
Yeah, I don't think either. Yeah.
But the
But
boy
Ger-
thought that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And Gerard noticed that girl was deaf and she used a kind of device. How we call this device on the
We
ear?
just call it a hearing aid.
Hearing aid. Yeah. And it didn't help, right? Gerard, do you remember this?
Yeah, the father was a sort of engineer because he know how to do many things with electronics,
Mhm.
how to wheel, no, and he was trying to find hearing aid to help her to hear something, and he discovered something, but he didn't have the chance to to know that. Too bad
Yeah.
for him.
But she was tired, right? The girl was tired of these attempts and she just refused his help. She said, "Enough, I always will be deaf," and like how we call this? Gave it up, right? She was I can say this. she gave up. Okay, so what else?
There was something odd about the dad, the daughter, and the basement, and I didn't understand it at all.
You're talking about this sound, right? She made.
No, remember one time she started going down the steps to the
Yes.
basement, and he ran down there and grabbed her and said, "No, no, no, you never go down here."
Yep.
Why? It's just where he did his work.
Yep.
I mean, that's where his work table was. So he didn't want her to go down to the basement. Why?
No reason, I guess.
So when he died, she goes down to the basement for the first time and sees that he's got a work table and he's got all kind of hearing aids on the table, and she can see that he's trying really hard to make a working hearing aid for her. And she's touched.
Mhm.
He does love her after all. But why did he not let her go into the basement? It was just another room in the home.
I don't understand this. Yes. Vasanth, maybe you know.
Maybe it's because he has so many electronical devices that might create a noise, microphones and everything, speakers. So she's a child. She might
Yeah.
how to say that, slip some things on the ground. So that could be the reason. I don't know.
That's another thing. Later, she's never been in the basement, but when she goes down to the basement, she sees all his equipment and immediately knows how to operate it.
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
turn this knob, you push this button to talk. She knows all this stuff. It's like, wait a minute. She's never seen this stuff before.
Yeah, kind of a plot hole. So you are right. These restrictions, it looks stupid. It makes a plot hole, and we don't understand why it was here. So again,
Yeah, it's like, I don't want you to know I'm working on this for you. I don't want you to know that.
So where get them, right? From where? So.
Oh boy.
Okay, so one day they went with a boy. Dad with a boy went to the territory of another house, I believe, right? Vasanth, do you remember this episode? Could you describe it?
Yes. They went on their way to their home. They found another house with letters on it, something painted, and they witnessed an old man, an elderly man, was standing there, and his wife was dead already. She was attacked by, I think, killed by the monster. Okay. So the dead body was there, and he was looking, I'll say that, with a poker face. He was standing there uh, like a statue, and um, the father signaled him not to make any sound, but uh, he shouted vigorously, and that sound attracted the monster, and that immediately killed the old man. In the meantime, the father took his son along with him and um, hid behind a big tree during that time.
So it was kind of suicide, right? He committed suicide by making loud sound because he
Yeah.
did not want to be alone, I guess. So unlikely that another family will adopt him or will allow him to live with them. Actually, I don't understand this part. Why people prefer to be in small families? Why don't they like to be like, I don't know, a big dormitory, like 7 families, for instance, together?
Well, I'll let someone else suggest. What's the pros and cons of a big group of people?
Yeah, Gerard, what do you
More
think?
likelihood of dying because more people, more noise. And if an alien finds all of them at once, imagine all of them could die.
Yeah, yeah, and it's harder to control, right? If you can control your own like boys, I don't know, how we call children, but it will be harder with other people. Yes, I can understand.
Sorry. If I'm not wrong, I did understand this. The monsters have been attracted by the noise, right? Okay.
Leila, the monsters,
Any noise.
yeah.
Yeah.
Monsters, they are hunters, right? But they are blind, Leila. It's like, you know, like sharks in the dark, right? So
Yeah.
when they hear something, they immediately go there and attack it. So
Within
we can see
seconds.
we can see some animals, right? Oh, what kind of animals it was? Do you remember? Raccoons.
There was one animal in the whole movie. It was
Raccoon?
Raccoon, I guess.
was it a raccoon? I can't remember.
Yeah, and it made some sound and was immediately attacked, right? Because animals they don't have logic allegedly, right? So they cannot like decide. We don't make sounds anymore, so so it's hard for them.
So
No
these
animals.
creatures apparently also are everywhere. You
Mhm.
make a noise, and within a few seconds, they're there.
Okay, well,
I remember the fish is
Fish?
animal.
fish. Ah, okay. So we have seen, yes, fish is an animal, but fish doesn't make sound, right? that saves fish.
Yep. And they've got the water noise around them too. So yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, so we covered this episode. What else? So finally, where? So the dad with his son was somewhere on the hunting, I guess, on the fishing, and lady, what was her name? Evelyn. Evelyn felt like he is about to give birth, like today, like now, right? So she went to the basement, and what happened? Gerard, do you remember?
Yes. She was having a big back, and when he was climbing the staircase, the sack was stuck with a nail.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she came back, she had her feet pierced by the nail
Mm-hmm.
and was very painful.
Step on this nail, yes, and made the nail
Yeah.
injury, right?
Yeah. What? Yeah. What? Yeah. This is a little hoax too. This is kind of stupid. Okay. she's carrying some bag, dragging a bag up the steps, and it catches on some nail that has been hammered flat, and it pulls the nail vertical.
Mhm.
So she goes up the steps, and then coming down the steps, she steps on this nail, and I would have screamed. I'm sorry, I would have screamed, but she manages not to make a sound. takes her foot off the nail, leaves it sticking up, and walks on down. So now other people are going up and down these steps, and no one ever steps on that nail again.
Actually, it was what I expected. When her daughter went down, I expected she will step on this nail again.
Yeah.
But it did not happen. Okay, so she managed to not make a sound at that time, right? But when she made a sound,
The boy knocked over the lantern,
uh,
or the girl Regan knocked over the a kerosene lamp.
yeah, but it was another
I
case.
didn't hear any noise.
It was another case. Yeah, before giving birth, she attracted these monsters somehow, but I don't remember what kind of noise it was. I guess it was this episode with Neil.
Because they had and it made a little
Yeah.
fire, and she patted the fire out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to me it wasn't very loud, but I think that's what brought the monster.
Mm-hmm.
And then her water broke.
But she had something in her hand. She broke it.
Okay.
She slipped
Okay.
it.
Okay, so usually when she stepped on this nail, she did not made any noise, but she had something in her hands, and it was dropped down and made a noise.
Ah, okay. I didn't hear that. I missed that. Okay.
And this act attracted the monsters. And what she did? She made some kind of signal, right? Vasanth, do you remember?
Yes, she switched on the light bulbs, and it's all in red color.
Yeah.
They
red
have.
color.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They previously have the colorful lights, and that was a clever move. They placed the serial bulbs just above the lane, the sand lane. So that they can find the way in night times also.
Mm-hmm.
So something like the runways in the airport. So she turned on the red lights only. So the whole the whole area was light.
Yeah, was red. Yes, we can
Yeah,
we can clearly see that it's a signal. Something is going wrong, right?
Then the father found that there is something and they are in danger, and the little girl is also away from her mother. So she was laying in the graveyard of the little child. It was
Yeah.
a memorial day, I think.
Yeah. A special day, like his birthday or his killing time or something. So it was a
Yeah. So he was running towards the house. The father was running towards the house and asked the boy to light the firecrackers, the rockets and everything. So the boy agreed to do that. He went there and he lit the fireworks. When the fireworks started to explode, the lady was having giving birth to the child. She made the noise, but at the same time the firecrackers were blown, so the monsters were attracted towards the firecrackers. They went out of the room. Then the father used this noise, the firecrackers noise, to get out, to run towards the home with a gun in his hand. And the noise also waked up the girl child, who was lying in the graveyard of her brother. So everything was a single signal. And I think he found his wife she gave birth to the child. Then he brought her to the basement, so that because the child started to make noise, so he brought both of them under the
Yes, there was a chain of tense moments, right? Of action moments. So it was a whole chain of like fights, I would say. It wasn't a real fight, but it was a hide and seek game, right? And it was pretty tense, and we always be scared about this family. But she gave a birth to another daughter, if I'm right, to another girl, and she managed to hide the girl in the prepared box, soundproofed with oxygen mask, so the baby did not make any sounds, and she managed to escape. And the boy was a brave boy, right? Leila, in our pre-warm session, we say that boy in Russia not allowed to cry. I just remember one exclusion, you know. If you have a mission like this boy have, you can cry, you can you can, I don't know, make any sound, just make the mission, you know, you will be excused.
Right.
If the mission is
No,
very
I
hard.
can understand that, Ivan. There are lots of songs about men's not crying in my country, but men cry.
It's a secret, Leila. Don't tell anyone. Okay, so after all, let's skip some, you know, few actions. After all, what's the positions? So the lady with newborn baby is in the house. There are no monsters in the house, right? And children outside. They are in kind of arranged place with a fire camp or something. So father was about to what's the word for this? To bring them, to pick up them in that place, right? What happened? What happened? What went wrong, George?
Do you mean the alien?
Yeah.
When the two boys, the girl and the boy, were in the middle of the cornfield,
Yeah.
and they find refuge in the grain silo, and the boy fall down in the middle of the rain, and it looked like the rain was sinking inside the grain, which actually is not possible. You don't sink unless the rain is going. You are emptying the silo.
Mm-hmm.
That there is a suction, no? But if there is no movement, you can go in
Yeah.
the
Well, I'm sorry, let me interrupt you. I am about to ask. So, how we call this sand? You know, the sand that it's not stable. You go there and it's like a water. You sink in the sand.
Quicksand.
Quicksand. So it's a quicksand. Okay. And it does it cannot be so in a inside the building, right? Because there is no movement under the ground, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can walk on snow, soft snow, and you don't just sink all the way underneath it necessarily, right? But
Right.
somehow this stuff just kind of pushed away, and he just, you know, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know.
Shouldn't be so. Yeah, shouldn't be so. But I forgot this name, quicksand. So I was I was unstable sand. I call it.
Yeah.
Okay, so they made a lot of sound, and alien went there, and father went there, right, with a big X. Yeah.
And we have started to know that the girl, the device, that the hearing device, had a special frequency that danger hard the alien.
But
It was in the silo. You remember?
So, teacher Lee, how we call this sound? You know, when you have a kind of speaker and you put it close to the mic, you have some kind of sound, right?
We call it feedback.
Feedback. Okay. So, and it's always unpleasant sound, like
We
screaming.
call it a screech. Yeah. Screech. Yeah. Or squeal. Yeah.
Leila, do you
Squelch.
understand what kind of sound I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So
I'm following it.
Yeah,
Believe
sometimes you know in the theater they put mic close to the headset or something, and you can see this. Wow. So we found out that aliens are scared of the sound, or it's unpleasant for them. So
they discovered this after some time.
Yeah, it was an accident.
By accident, yeah. So
By
they discover that a super sensitive hearing animal is bothered by a very loud noise. Hello.
Surprise! Yeah. Vasanth, please. I'm sorry.
Yes. Do you know that bats are using very low frequency sound?
Yeah.
So I think
Ultra. Ultrasound. Ultrasonic.
Ultrasonic sound. Yeah, I think so. I think that is the same thing. The same sound they are using in the hearing device. That bothered the monsters, because that is the frequency they can hear. Maybe.
I understand what you're talking about. We have some small devices. Usually we attach them to the keys to scare the dogs. So it produces ultrasonic sound, but I never watched it work. So it's never works in my opinion. I tried it on my own dog, and my own dog never bothered of this sound. Just what, and that's all. Okay, Gerard, would you please continue?
Okay, so the
So
father,
Mhm.
so the alien flees from the silo, even makes a big hole,
Yeah.
get through there, and then the father goes to have a reunion with his children. But I think in the middle, in the process, an alien appears. The two children are inside the pickup truck, and the father sacrificed himself, making noise, so the alien leaves them alone.
Yeah, it's a very, very strange moment, actually. I think we will discuss it a bit because actually father sacrificed himself, right, to making a sound to distract an animal, but it was done in a strange moment, in a strange way, if you ask me. So why he did not try to survive? Why he did not make sound somewhere else, not by himself? Why cannot you throw your eggs to the forest? I don't know. Make something, try something before committing suicide.
Why he didn't have, like this clock, cooking
Yeah,
clock that can make like something like
alarm.
this. You can make noise and throw away, and at least you save your life.
Yeah, Evelyn had one in the basement, but they never used it. Or maybe, well, I guess maybe she did use it. But
She used
yeah,
it.
I mean,
once.
You
Or a
have to.
firecracker. You throw the firecracker away, and then the alien
Yeah.
will go after the firecracker.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or
very strange.
yell, and then quietly move sideways 20 or 30 feet and stand still.
Yeah. At least try something, right? Not just to stay. Come and kill me. I'm ready. Yeah. Vasanth, please.
Yes, I don't understand the moment when he was taking the axe on his hand. He didn't make any sound, and the monster was on the roof. It correctly, attacked
Found.
him. Yeah. I don't know how did it find him.
My only answer is to add more drama to the movie.
I'm trying to remember how they got out of the silo. Something opened the side. What was that? I forgot.
There was
The
a
alien make a
huge
hole.
hole.
The alien made a
Huge hole.
Yeah,
Made by alien. So alien made almost ruined the wall.
because
Well,
he couldn't stand at the noise. Yeah.
The alien went to the top. So Regan jumped in.
Yeah.
And then the alien jumped in. So now they're all inside.
Yeah.
So the creature inside made the hole? I forgot.
Yeah, because
yes,
he was
because-
repelled by the noise, the infra sound.
Oh, he heard the earpiece there?
Yeah.
Okay. So inside the silo, when the creature was close to Reagan,
Yeah.
somehow he heard the
The sound.
earpiece noise, and he went crazy and busted out of the silo and got out. So that's how they got saved inside the silo.
Yeah, and they had a door now from
Okay, so then they went to the truck, and then the creature followed them to the truck, and then the dad sacrificed himself.
Yeah.
Stupidly.
Okay, we almost at the final, right? What else?
Then the children took the car without starting the engine. They made it to the home. Then the mother and the children were in the basement, waiting for the creature. One creature went in to the house and was trying to demolish the TV because the TV screen was making a little noise. So he started to smash it. Then the mother was trying to aim the gun at the monster. At that time, the girl child, she found the way to say that, to
Make
irritate
sound,
her. Yeah,
amplify
yeah,
the sound. Yeah.
yeah, the sound, and she took the hearing device and put it on the microphone, so the noise was amplified. The creature could not stand at it, and the mom managed to shoot at its head.
Yeah.
So
I
one
don't know
creature was
if you
gone.
have this picture, Leila, but the creature, this alien, he was about to open own skull, you know, to hear well. So it was like a how to describe it? It was a moving skull, so it was like open it just to
Oh my God.
Yeah, the head's like a jigsaw puzzle, and it can just expand with spaces between all the pieces. It's very
Oh,
weird.
I'm
Very
so
weird.
happy that I haven't watched it.
And I
Very
guess before when it was open, it was very weak. So you can kill it at this moment. So it was like a combination. You make a sound and then you shoot. That's the idea,
Yeah.
right? Okay, Vasanth, so do you think it's a happy end? Can we call it so?
Yes, something like a hopeful end.
well, not
Now
over
they
yet.
found.
Not over yet now. So when she held the hearing aid to the microphone, the
Mhm.
creature went, "Ah!" and it looked like it died.
But
So
it
now
doesn't.
everyone's like, whoo. But it was only unconscious. It got back up. And then she had to shoot it with the shotgun. Blam! And
Huge sound.
then they look at the cameras, the outside security cameras, and gobs of monsters are running through the cornfields coming to the home.
Yeah. Confirm it, 100 species.
Isn't it possible to shoot at the creatures when they're unconscious?
They was not unconscious, but they was like not prepared or something, you know, with skull open. So let's say it was in fragile state. I don't know how to explain. I'm not an alien doctor, Leo. Yeah, so they are now in a hard position, but they think they understand how to now how to fight with creatures now, right? They have
At least
their
it will
sound.
stop them for some time.
Yeah, we have a hope, let's say, for humankind, right? At this moment.
So at the end, because she had to shoot the shotgun to kill this one creature, all the, maybe 10 or 20 or maybe, we don't know, a bunch of creatures are running through the cornfields toward the house.
Very fast, yeah.
And this is kind of the end of the movie. And Regan holds up her hearing aid next to the microphone, and the woman goes, shotgun, like, okay, yeah, we're going to kill all of them.
Yeah.
You ain't got that many shotgun shells.
Let the game begin, right?
Yeah.
But you have only 5, how we call it, projectiles in your
Cartridges.
Cartridges. Yeah.
And if
Just
the
hope you
alien
don't-
make the power, no more clouds.
hope you don't lose electricity. Hope your battery doesn't go dead.
They are too optimistic.
At least some hope, after years of fear, nothing. Yeah.
In the words of Bush, bring it on.
Okay, so what is your favorite line in the movie?
My favorite line was when the children were in quicksand.
In this quicksand inside the silo, grain silo. Okay. But why do you like it? Because it was what? Scary?
Because I like the quicksand.
You would like to swim in the quicksand?
No.
Yeah. Regan goes completely under the corn grain, goes completely underneath. You can't even see her. And the boy's up here trying to save her. And somehow he reaches down into the corn
and pluck her out, right?
Grabs her hand, pulls her up out of the corn grain. Oh, her mouth bursts out. Come on.
It was not plausible, right? So
Like he was Arnold.
Yeah, just try to, I don't know, to hang someone, someone smaller than you, but it's almost impossible. And this scent, it's wow. Yeah.
Luckily, it wasn't so deep that she went too far away that he couldn't reach her hand.
Gerard, what is your favorite moment or idea or something?
I think what I would done or what they could have done, we have droids, drones. I mean
Yep.
drones.
Yep.
You could put some noise in the drone to distract the aliens.
Yep.
And at this time they were available. We have drones for many years. So imagine with a drone you could distract an alien anytime and control the alien because those aliens didn't fly at least.
We have a lot of digital devices, right? We have, I don't know, microphones, headsets. They can produce any sound and we can control them remotely, right? Put there too and let animal jump between them. So we can distract them easily, I guess.
In the movies, when they're out in the forest and they want to make a security border, right? They just tie a string across the ground and put some bells on it, and they just pull the string, and then the bells go tinkle, 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 tinkle. All they had to do is just put some bells outside with a string down to the basement. They pull the string, and the bells outside make a noise. Duh.
You don't need electricity for that, right?
Or because of the fish in the river, right? Just turn up the volume of the music real loud and they can't hear you.
Right.
And you can run out.
Right? Make a loud sound, loud music in your house, everywhere, in your garden, like everywhere, and you are saved, right? After this. Yeah. So many questions to this movie, but it's scary anyway. It's scary. These monsters went well done, I would say. So you can believe the scary and this tense atmosphere and music, and when you expect something is going to happen, it's. I can believe this. Yeah.
Ivan,
Yeah.
you were just talking about the film in such a way that nobody will watch it anymore.
Well, I don't think that it's a legend. It's a movie that everyone should watch. I don't think so. It's not bad, but
It's a new concept.
yeah.
Yeah.
A movie with no sound.
It's
silent
happening.
movie. Yeah, a silent movie in modern day. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Vasanth, your favorite line or favorite idea? What have you learned? Tell us.
I like the idea of cooking. They used a noiseless cooking.
Smoking fish. Yeah.
Yeah, smoking fish. Yeah.
Yeah. We use this a lot in Russia. Yeah. Leila, do you know what is smoking fish?
I'm not sure.
So when you have a fire, right? You have a how we call smoke, right? So this smoke, it can be hot, it can be cold. It's how you do it, but you put the smoke in a pipe and point it on your food. It's kind of a way of cooking called smoking. You can smoke meat, you can smoke fish, smoked fish. It kills all the bacteria, it kills all the viruses, but actually fish is fresh. You can eat it, it's safe, but not cooked. It's like.
Is it valid only for fish?
Fish, meat.
Meat.
I don't think you can cook potatoes this way. I don't think so.
No. I was thinking about, chicken meat.
In Russia, we use two ways. It's like cold smoking and hot smoking. Hot smoking is when you smoke it's still hot. So it's actually kind of, you cook it by temperature and by smoke. And we use cold smoke as well, only for special sort of fish. So
I didn't see.
Yeah.
How do you get cold smoke?
Cold smoke, it's because your pipe is so long that you still has smoke, but it's already cold.
And that'll cook fish or cook meat?
Yeah. It's a safe for eating because no bacteria here, but it's still raw.
Now, in America, we have grills to cook outside.
Mm-hmm.
And most grills have a cover, so you can close the cover.
Mm-hmm.
So you can smoke food by closing the cover and letting it, keeping the smoke inside. And a lot of times we'll take certain kind of tree wood, like mahogany or birch,
Yep.
We'll put pieces of wood inside there, and it'll give the meat a smoky wood taste.
Yep.
Hickory, I think, is one of the woods that we
Wow.
use. Yeah.
Yeah, we use this a lot, yeah. And it's quiet, yes, and it's a like it's a way of cooking when you don't have to watch, because you cannot overcook it or you cannot like spoil it. So it's very comfortable when you know outside, when you on your hunting process or something. You just put it there, you forget about it, and at the evening it will be done. So that's the idea. Okay, so shall we make some slides? What do you think? We have some.
The one part of the movie, the aspect of the movie that I liked was the fact that they did some planning.
Mhm.
They used sand paths to avoid stepping on dry leaves and things like that. He had the lights, so at nighttime you could turn the lights to red, and someone coming from outside could see that there was danger in the home. You know, so I liked the planning aspects of it, but they didn't do a really good job. They never explained where all the electricity came from.
Exactly.
Actually, I saw the solar panels on the roof of their home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which will work for daytime.
Mhm.
Maybe some battery for the I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, it's what about I was to say I was about to say. So they lost Dad, right? And it seems like Dad was in charge of like everything, like of fishing, of making plans, of making these preparations. So their life will be much harder now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
in the second movie, I read a review that said Regan is gonna kind of take charge.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
we'll
she's
see.
yeah. Time for the sisters, right?
Yeah. The woman takes charge now. Show the man how to do it.
Yeah. We know. It happened in the whole world. Okay, a quiet place and a sign, don't speak. We have a sarcastical or
This is
sign
great.
with irony in Russia. It says, don't speak, enemy is listening. So it was a poster of World War II or something. So
Wow.
always think what you're talking about. Enemy is listening.
Wow.
The big brother.
Do you remember what we said, Ivan? What Americans said?
Russians are listening.
We said it more. You know, American English, we like to rhyme things. Loose lips sink ships.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Open your mouth and your ship will be killed, right?
My husband's going to England, you know.
Okay.
So now they know they can find out what ship her husband's on, and they know that he's going to go from the base to England. So they know the path he's going to travel, so they can put a submarine there and wait on it, you know. Yeah.
Okay, let's start with this one. Vasanth, could you please?
Yeah. This is the deserted street, the post-apocalypse scenario. You can see a lot of cars and shops, signboards and name boards of the shop. And is that a focus light? You know, the light which is used to flash light on the sign, name boards of the shop. It's a curved.
Yeah, you mean on the roof of the building, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just sign lights. Yeah.
Okay, sign lights. Gets a lot of dry leaves on road, and the sand path. And that's what I can.
But it's pretty neat, right? No bodies there, nothing like no tracks of attacks or something. Nothing is ruined. So it just everybody left the town. That's all.
You can see
Yep,
the
no
American
car-
flag. The American
Yep.
flag.
Yeah.
How do you call the American flag? Do you stripes or you
The
have a name?
stars and stripes.
Stars and stripes.
Happy Roger. Stars and stripes. Okay.
In the
Okay.
zombie movies, there's always car crashes, but here there's no car crashes. Everyone's
Yeah.
parked,
People
very
just left.
orderly. Yeah.
And on the right, we can see a billboard with a map, which makes me think that it's a touristic place. Can you see this billboard on the crossroad?
Yeah, little, I can't read it, a little something.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Look at the trees. What season is it, Layla?
Autumn. I was
Autumn.
looking at Teacher Lee, believe me, I was watching the trees now.
How beautiful they are.
Oh yes, how beautiful they are. Thank you.
Yes, many colors.
okay, let's go on. Gerard, could you please describe this one?
Okay, they are in the supermarket and looking for some products like drugs and food, and we can see the child, the Bombo, the small child.
Mm-hmm.
I think his father is trying to make him understand he cannot take the shuttle with him because it's too noisy.
Yeah, actually, the dad is played by actor, what's his name? Krasinski?
John Krasinski.
John Krasinski. And this guy is a director and writer of this movie.
Yeah.
So,
And he married the woman,
Yeah.
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt, a real couple.
so it's just their like family movie, right?
Real family.
family tape. Let's call it so. Our weekend in the middle of in the middle of autumn. Okay, not much here, but because they have a very like small backpacks, I understand that they go to the shop like frequently. It's not like we go there once a year. Probably they go there once 2 weeks, every 2 weeks or so, I guess.
Maybe more often to kill the boredom. What else is there to do? Let's go to town. Okay.
Okay. Layla, would you describe this one? A happy moment?
I was going to say a wonderful scenery. I love the tree on both sides of the path. Can I say path, Lee?
Uh-huh.
Yes. What are the wooden staff on the left and right part? A kind of stair?
There's a bridge, so that's like a walkway on the sides of the bridge.
Okay.
So camera is staying on the bridge. We just like watching the somebody who stay on the bridge watching the boy.
Okay.
They're crossing this bridge behind me. So
Yeah.
they're all single file along this bridge, and the boy's at the very end, way back there.
Yeah.
So the dad in the very front hears this noise, and he goes, and he turns around, and the son's way back there, and he starts running towards the boy. Running.
That was too late, yeah.
What is the boy holding? A piece of paper?
A space
Kind of.
shuttle toy.
Mhm.
I can't see very. Okay, now I can see a bit. Okay. I can see even the light, red light.
Yep. Can you see a backpack? He also,
Yeah. as well.
he's a man, right? He's doing his job. Man, do. he's not how we call this? The people who do nothing. He's not a leech, right?
Yeah.
He's doing his job.
One thing I thought was kind of odd was when they went to the store, right? She's looking for medicine.
Mhm.
All these medicine bottles are along the shelf, so she's there going, nope, no. Why don't they just take them all back to the house?
Yeah, and then learn, right?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Maybe it's really close. Maybe it's like 1 kilometer, 1 mile to go. So they went there every Monday.
Yeah, leave it there for other people to come look through the pills and see what they need. Yeah, really nice people. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else there? Well, I don't think so. Okay.
What is the name of this hat that the small child is wearing? Bonnet?
Toboggan.
Bon-
I put it in the chat area. Toboggan.
Okay. Top bunk. It's a hat, right? Hat? Okay.
Yeah. You can pull it down over your ears.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that was knitted, right?
And this ball on the
It's,
top.
it's knitted, yeah.
This ball on the top. Why we need it?
I think you just grab that to pull it off.
Okay. Okay, Vova, could you please describe this one?
This is the basement
Mm-hmm.
of the dead.
Mm-hmm. Of that.
dead.
Mm-hmm.
I can see a lot of monitors and newspapers
Newspapers, yeah, and magazines.
and magazines. And of newspapers, I see that aliens, something about aliens.
Okay, so it's written there. It's aliens, right? It's not animals or something. It's aliens. Okay.
And
So from the headline, you can see that the people of the earth had a lot of warning that these creatures killed if you made a noise.
Mm-hmm.
And yet everyone's dead.
Doesn't work. Yeah.
I can see describe the aliens.
Yeah, writing about the aliens, right?
Yes.
Creatures. So, but it's on a whiteboard, right? It's written by written by Lee.
Yes.
Okay. What did he write?
The creatures are blind,
Mm-hmm.
attack sound, armored.
Armor. Yeah. How many in the area? Confirmed 3, right. And he wrote there, what is the weakness? So it's a key question, right? Key question to understand how to survive. Okay, so monitors. Can you see one monitor? One small one is full of kind of stripes and boxes with different colors. It's all technique to adjust your monitor. Right?
Test pattern, yeah.
Test pattern, yeah. And we can see that it's a security cameras because we can see the pictures of different paths that they lead to the building, I guess. Okay, why did he need to put newspapers here? I don't know. It's for us, not for him.
So he can remember that they can hear you.
Yeah, why I'm not making a sound for a year long? Okay, that's yes, Jart.
So here I read something interesting. It
Yes.
says meteorite hits Mexico with the force of a nuclear weapon, something like this. Maybe
Yeah.
this meteorite was the spaceship of the aliens.
Maybe.
You can presume that, maybe.
Good point, yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's go to the next. Vasanth, could you please?
Yes, this is his workplace in the basement, and he is sending the SOS message to different countries, and you can see the signboards, newspaper cuttings, and I don't know, the amplifier and microphones, the table lamp, some books or diaries, and magnifying glass, and soldering. I believe it's a soldering machine.
Soldering iron, yeah.
Yeah, and that's it, I think.
Soldering iron, yeah. It's a new word for me.
Yeah, the L is silent. We call it solder.
Soldering iron. Okay. Soldering. Yeah, looks like a perfect garage, which I always would like to have, right? It's a place for meditation. You go there, you you do something with your oscillograph, with your soldering machine, and you are happy, right? No wife allow it, no child allow it. Good old times.
Now, Yvonne, all those cameras and all those monitors, wouldn't you say that uses quite a lot of electricity?
Yes, of course, they should. Of course, you cannot power all this with one solar battery. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
you need kilowatts and kilowatts for this.
Oh.
Okay, Gerard, what about this one? What we can see? Jart, you're muted.
Okay, here is the top of the silo, and we can see that there are many silos in this farm. I don't. Who is this guy? Is it the father?
I think that's when he lit the fire.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So
he was
it's-
kind of sad.
So it's the father, right? He is making signal to others.
Didn't you ask yourself how they do to reap the crop of corn without making noise? Such a big field, you know.
Yeah, they have to mask this sound for some natural sound or something. I don't
By
know.
hand, it takes a lot of work to do that.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
field is very big. With a machine, it's easy. Compactor?
I
How
think
do you
they
call
had
the
a-
machine to collect the corn. Compactor?
Yeah.
My
Tractor.
understanding of silos is that they put the grain in there to let it dry. I'm not sure
Right, right.
why it's vertical like that. I guess it dries better because the hot air rises up through the top.
And there is an air inside, and this air kind of circulates, so it's not a closed sink.
Yeah, so it dries the grain.
Yeah.
Now, we have another term, a missile silo, because of the shape. Missile silos are vertical tubes that missiles shoot
Mhm.
out of. So we use the term silo for grain and for missile tubes.
But missile tubes, they're usually under the ground, right? In some canyon.
Yeah, usually.
Okay. Okay, so there are a lot of silos, right? Some agricultural place, and this ladder has a safety cage. Is it a safety cage?
Yeah,
It's a cage.
safety cage is a good name. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's go on. Leila, what they are doing?
Usually, they pray before eating, right?
Mhm.
And they say, "Thank you, God, what you have given us." It's a kind of culture for Christian people, I believe. And I like the table because it looks so cute. Candles, and the salad looks delicious.
Because it's green? Or what? Why?
No, I am hungry. And I think that's
So
all.
they still have a refrigerator. Can you see white box?
Yeah.
Fridge.
Old
But they don't use
refrigerator.
lamps. They use candles
I love the candles.
to save the electricity, I guess.
Yeah.
But how they made the new candles, Leila?
Sorry, my dear.
How they make new candles?
Oh, I don't know. How?
From that store. They just go there once in a while and bring some home.
But the store is almost empty.
Yeah.
I know.
But it's interesting. But candle, it can survive almost forever if you collect all this, I don't know, liquids. So you make it liquid again. You put the strand in the middle. You make it cold and it's ready again. So on my summer house, I use the same candles for ages.
What about the rope inside the
Yeah,
one?
you have to change it. You have to
that
change
can
it.
be flammable, right?
It can be inflammable. Nowadays, there are some materials for these ropes, but to me it's too much ado.
Yeah, but we were talking about is the wax, right? Lee, is it wax?
Wax, well, the wick is the part in the middle.
Mhm.
The wick is what burns, right? Or is it the wax that's burning? It's got to be the
No.
wick.
Wick, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
wax
the wick
is
is burning.
melting. Right.
Yeah,
So
what-
what does the wax do?
It's don't allow to wick to burn fast. So
Yeah,
wax
wonderful.
kind of make a pace. It's a pacemaker for candle. So
Ah.
Weird.
mhm.
I don't understand how candles work.
No, I
too-
didn't know it. It's so logically.
But it's advanced technology, actually. It's not
Yeah,
like
it is.
I never thought about it.
It's like in all these movies, they're in a cave, right? And they get a stick, they wrap some cloth around it, pour gasoline on it, and light it, and it burns forever.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
But you will be surprised how long kerosene lamp can light. So on my summer house, I put oil inside like once a season. So then for 3 months it can light.
Wow.
So very
But
very
see-
economical device.
But see, that makes sense to me because the kerosene goes up the wick and
Yeah.
the kerosene burns and the wick doesn't really burn that much. But
Yeah.
candles, the wax doesn't burn. So there's nothing burning. How can it burn so long? I don't understand it.
Okay, let me have it like a homework. I will put my essay on this. Oh, Vova, can you please make an essay about candles, how they work? Okay, in our chat.
Yes.
Okay.
Boy.
Okay, so they are praying silently, and they're a good family. What can we learn else? They eat like healthy food because they don't have animals anymore. Oh,
Yeah.
you cannot. What's the word for this? You cannot have a rabbit, right, or cow because they will make sounds. So every world is going to be vegetarian.
Yeah.
So Layla,
Rabbits are pretty quiet animals, though.
wow, teacherly, I had a lot of rabbits and they are very like bloodthirsty. They always fight. They make a lot of sounds.
Oh, really? Okay.
They like tigers by their character.
I'll be darned. Okay.
Okay, but I prefer to die than to live in vegetarian world, I guess.
Yeah.
Gerard?
They don't use dishes. They use the leaves of the lettuce as a
Yeah.
dish, so they
Yeah.
don't have to make noise. But
Yeah.
they are not completely vegetarian because they eat fish.
Yeah.
So they
Okay, they eat fish, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I would not make suicide then. I can survive with fish. Whoa, what they are doing?
They explain they
Kind of Monopoly game or something. Usually, do you have this game, Monopoly? Yeah.
Monopoly, yeah, very old, famous game.
Yeah. And what happened? Oh.
some
They drop the lamp, right?
Yes.
Kerosene lamp, and it makes some flame on the floor,
yes
some sound. Okay, what can you see also on the picture?
refrigerator,
Yeah.
beds,
Bed, sofa, right?
a lot of pictures,
Photos, right? So the right.
photos,
Mhm.
candles,
Candles.
and
This
lamps.
makes no sense to me. They've got candles,
Yeah.
they've
and
got string lights,
Yep.
and they've got light bulbs.
Yep. Why? Yeah. Just to be comfortable, you know. So we I don't know. In Russia, ladies write candles to make this more romantic. They say so.
It's true.
You know, actually, let me see if you can see this. The lamp behind me. Can you see the lamp behind me?
Mhm.
It has a few like modes and it can pretend that it's a candle. so
Yeah.
so just now I switched it to the candle mode. You know, so now it's a candle. Just to be comfortable. It's in own house.
Cozy.
Yes.
Okay, what else? Okay, let's go on. So, Vasanth, what is happening with the lady?
She's monitoring the baby with the stethoscope.
Mhm.
She's hearing the heartbeat, I think, herself. And there is a calendar nearby. She was counting the day for the day of
Mhm.
due, I think, the due day.
Yep.
And I can see some medicines and everything.
Yeah. So there that it's doctor posts or how medical post in their house, right? Red Cross.
Mm.
So she's a very, very diligent, caring mother. She's checking her blood pressure,
Yeah.
listening to the baby's heartbeat. Come on. The baby kicks. You know it's moving around, so it's okay. You don't need to check your blood. What are you going to do if your blood pressure is high or low, you know?
Yeah. Go to the hospital, right? Call the
Yeah.
doctor. Call the doctor. Mr. Robinson, we have a problem. Please visit us. Yeah. Okay, so let's stop on this one. Time fly, and thank you very much all for coming. Nice, pretty much nice movie. But I don't know. Should I see the sequel? What do you think? Many people write critic on the internet that sequel is spoiled the original story. As always.
Well, yeah, they aren't as quiet in the second movie, I think.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, okay, now, what changed? You know.
Okay, we don't have a chosen movie yet, but we have some candidates in our chat. So look at our chat. We will choose one to the next.
Thank you very much for
Yeah.
inviting me, Ivan. Teacher Lee, Gerard, Vasanth, thank you.
I'll mention one thing before we go. After this movie came out, the next movie that came out was called Bird Box.
Okay.
And it copied this premise, but instead of sound, it was based on sight. If you look at the monster, you die immediately. You just drop dead. So you can't look at them. As long as you don't look at them, you're good. They don't
Okay.
bother you. But if
Yeah.
you open your eyes and see them, you die. So that's another movie.
In Moscow zoo, when you go there is a written poster or something. Don't look into wolves' eyes. They suffer because of this. So if you look there, they said you are asking them for a fight. So-
Wow.
Really? I've
Yes.
never seen that before.
Okay, so let's have something positive on next week. So something with music, maybe, I don't know. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Teacher Lee, for your support.
Goodbye.
Thank you.